Hello everyone, in this video we will continue our last video which was about arithmetic operation. Here we stopped at the programming exercise which was seconds in day. You will have to calculate how many seconds in day right here. So in this example I should write a program which asks the user for a number of days, and then the program prints out the number of seconds in the amount of days given. So if the user added 1 day, it will give us 86,400 seconds in this day. So another example, if the user gave us, if I asked him how many days I should get from you, and he will provide us with number 7, then the seconds of in that many days is 604,000 and 4,800. Then I should write a program that do this calculation. What we can do is, first of all, we'll have to make a variable called days, and we will ask the user to give us the number of days. Then after that, when we will get, however, we should get an integer from the user. Then we will calculate it as follows: print seconds in that many days equal days times and this. However, I have to add the f string right here. So let's try it out. If I typed 1, I'm expecting to get this number. If I typed 7, so my calculations are correct. If I typed 8, I should get this, so we can test that. Day and your program output was seconds in that many days. Okay. So actually, the output should not be like that. However, it should be like that. So I should write how about now? Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next exercise. Fix the code product. Yeah. This program asks the user for 3 numbers. The program then prints out their product. that is a number multiplied by each other. There is, however, something wrong with the program. It doesn't work quite right. As you can see, if you run it, please fix it. An example of the expected execution of the program is like, please type in the first number, please type in the second number, and please type in the third number. And the user add random numbers to each prompt, and then we will get the product, which is 30. Okay. So the problem here is we have to change name of variables. For example, like that. Nope. Yes. Okay, that's correct. Then we'll do the same here. And let's check it out. 3, 5. Let's test it out. Yes, correct. Okay. Next exercise is, please write a program which asks the user for two numbers. The program will then print out the sum and the product of the two numbers. The program should function as follows. Number 1 equals 3, number 2 equals 7. The sum of the numbers equal 10, and the product. So we should make a program that get from the user two number, and then it will give us the sum of both of numbers and their product. So first of all, we should make a variable called number1, and we will ask the user to give us okay, number 1. We should get it from the user. And then number 2, we should get it from the user too. And then we will have to make just a moment. Okay. We'll make a variable called sum. Wait a minute. Let's call it total, because I guess sum is already a defined function in Python. So the reason why it is colored in blue, that might indicate that sum is a function already defined in Python. So you are actually not going to use it. So right now, let's type the following. Number 1 plus number 2, and the product will be number 1 multiplied by number 2. Then we will print both of products and the sum of the numbers would be total, and we will print the product of the numbers are or is a product. So no, sorry guys, old habits die hard. So if we type the same numbers like 3 and 7, I'm expecting to get the same result. Yes. So if we tested this out with inputs of 0, yeah, 0, your program is expected to print the sum of the numbers. Yeah. So if we did it like that, with inputs 0 and 0, I guess, your program is expected to print the product of the number 0. So what if we add 0? Let's see, what do we get? We get both zeros, so I can't see any problem right here. Let's read the error once more. The product of the numbers. I think the problem is right here. Yes. Let's move on to the next exercise. Here, the exercise is called sum and mean. Please write a program which asks the user for 4 numbers. The program then prints on the sum, prints out the sum and the mean of the numbers. The program should function as follows. First, we will ask the user for 4 numbers, number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and he will give us 4 random numbers, for example, 2, 1, 6, 7. So the result should be, or the output should be, the sum of the numbers is 16 and the mean is 4.0. So here, let's try to prompt the user for okay, number 1 and input number 1, and we should be doing this for other variables. So we will just copy this and we will edit number 2. No. And then 3, and then 4, so in the end we will make another variable, the first one called mean, and we will let's just get the sum for total equal number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3 plus number 4, and then we will get the mean. Mean will be the total of the numbers divided by 4. So what if I did this? Just want to see something. Okay. Invalid syntax here is not a valid syntax. We might do it like that. Still invalid. Cannot assign to function call. Yes, right here he considered this as a function. Okay, let's try it. Think there is a problem with the internet. Okay, so we will give the same numbers. Okay, but it's not a floating point right here. So what if we did it like that? 2, 1, 6, and 7. Yeah. Okay. Something is missing right here. However, let's just do the following. The sum of the numbers is total and the mean is mean. I don't know if this is correct or not, but we will check that out right now. Run 1, 2, 7, 6. Yes, it's correct. So if we test that out, yeah, that's correct. So I will pause for a minute and I will get back to you once I'm done with something. Thank you guys for waiting. Here we are back with the next exercise. The next exercise is food expenditure. Please write a program which estimates a user's typical food expenditure. The program asks the user how many times a week they eat at the student cafeteria. Then it asks for the price of a typical student lunch and for money spent on groceries during the week. Based on this information, the program calculates the user's typical food expenditure both weekly and daily. The program should function as follows. First of all, the program will ask the user how many times a week do the user or the student eat at cafeteria. So, for example, the user will say 4 times a week, sorry. And the price of a typical student lunch is 2.5. So how much money do you spend on groceries in a week? For example, the user will say 28.5. So the average food expenditure daily will be 5.5 euros and weekly 38.5 euros. So right now we should make a similar program that do the same calculation as in this example. Okay. So first of all, we will make a variable. How many times a week do you eat at the student cafeteria? We can name this variable we can name it times at cafeteria, for example, and we will ask the user to give us input for this variable. Should have wrote it like that. Okay, then we can name this lunch price and input from the user. The price of a typical student lunch. And we will get another, no, this will not be an int. This should be a float. And how much money do you spend weekly groceries? We will ask for an input from the user. Input how much money do you spend on groceries in a week? So then we will print average food expenditure. Okay, so to be able to calculate the daily expenditure, we will have to know, we will have to, a price of a typical student lunch is 2.5 and he eats 4 times a day. So we might multiply 2.5 times 4 and we will divide it by 7 to get the average daily expenditure for eating at the cafeteria. Then we will divide the expenditure of weekly groceries over 7 and we will add it to the to this expenditure in order to get the daily expenditures. So first of all, in order to calculate the daily expenditure, what we can do is we will first we will multiply lunch price with times at cafeteria, and we will divide this by 7. Then we will add this. We can just, for example, put this in between brackets in order to, we will then add this to weekly groceries divided 7 to get the daily food expenditure. So we can print the following. Daily will be daily expense. So we will type euros. I will just make sure that I did the calculations right. So when I'm going to run this, he will ask me how many times I eat at the cafeteria. So I will answer with the same input of the previous user. I will say I eat 4 times. The expenditures are 2.5 for a meal. And for groceries, 28.5. Yeah. So yes, that's correct. That was correct. My calculations were correct. Here, in order to calculate the daily expenditures, we should first multiply the lunch price with the how many times you eat at the cafeteria, and we will divide this by 7 to get the average value of expenditures each day for lunch at the cafeteria. Then we will add it to the expenditures for groceries per day. And how we calculate this, we simply divide the weekly groceries price by 7, which are the number of days in a week. And so we got this result. So number 2, but I actually needed to do something right here. We can make a backslash and n to make a number 4. Just want to make sure that we have a space, or yeah, like that. So secondly, we have to calculate the weekly expenditures for this user. So we will make another variable called weekly expen. So in order to calculate the weekly expenditures, we will make another way of calculation. We will simply add the amount of the value of groceries weekly. We will not do any operation on it. We will take it as it is. And in order to get the number of or the value of expenditure on food or on how much I'm eating at the cafeteria, I will simply multiply the price of the typical student lunch by how many days I ate at the cafeteria during the week, but I will not divide it by any numbers, so I will take it as it is. So first of all, weekly expenditure will simply be lunch price multiplied by times at the cafeteria plus the weekly groceries, and then I will print another I'll make another print statement. I will add, just a moment please. So here we are back. Right now we will just add the weekly value for expenditure, grocery, and meals at the student cafeteria. So we should add the weekly expenditures, and we will add euros. So if we run this, I will just try the same numbers in order to make sure that my calculations are correct. 2.5, and then 28, I guess 28.5. So yeah, everything is similar. Let's just test that out. Yeah. And here is our final exercise for this section. Student in groups, please write a program which asks for a number of students on a course and the desired group size. The program will then print out the number of groups formed from the students on the course. If the division is not even, one of the groups may have fewer members than specified. If you can't get your code working as expected, it is absolutely okay to move on and come back to this exercise later. The topic of the next section is conditional statement. This exercise can also be solved using a conditional construction. So how many students on the course? 8. Desired group size? 4. Number of groups formed? 2. How many students on the course? 11. Desired group size? 3. Number of groups formed? 4. So basically here, he's asking us to write a program that first of all will ask for how many students in general, and then, or in the course, and then he will ask us for how many groups I want to form. And for example, I will say I want to make 4 groups. Okay, so the program then will print out the number of groups formed from the students, or the group size, sorry, the group size, which mean how many students will be in each group. So here, since I have 8 students and I need each group to have or contain 4 members, so that will give me 2 groups, or that will form 2 groups. Each one will have 4 students. Okay. If the division is not even, one of the groups may have fewer members than is specified. So for example, as we can see here, how many students on the course? 11. We have 11 students. So how many students will be in each group? For example, I will say 3. I will have 3 students for each one. So that will leave us with 4 groups. However, it should be 12, so one of the groups will only have 2 members. Okay, the integral division operator could come in handy here. Yeah, I understand. So, yeah. Right now, what we are going to do is we will make a variable of the number of students. Number of students. And we will ask the user for an input. We will ask him how many students on the course. And we will get a value from the student. Second of all, another variable, which is the group size. We will ask for an input. Desired group size. Desired group size. And finally, we will print the number of the group formed. We'll make another variable called number of groups. And in this variable, we will simply divide the number of students by, but we will use this simple. We will not use the normal division operator in order to approximate the number to the nearest point or to the nearest integer. Number of student divided by the group size. And finally, we will just copy this one here. And then we will number of groups. And then let's test this code out. I will test it with the same numbers. First of all, I have 8 students. And the third number of the groups is so yeah, it gave us the same value here. However, I will test that again. I will say that I have 11 students in my course and I need 3 I need 3 students in each group, so the number of the groups formed should be 4, not 3. So here is a problem. There is a problem in my calculation actually. So let's, in the beginning, let's just comment this section out. I just want to print number of groups. So for example, when I do the same calculation. I have 11 students and the result size is 3. So it gives me 3. Okay. So let's try to divide this normally. I have 11 and 3. Okay, 3.6. So basically get rid of this. So let me pause this video for a minute. Thank you guys for sticking around. So basically we tried lots of things and finally we were able to reach our goal here. So first of all, what we are going to do is we will assign a variable called students, and we will ask the user or prompt the user for an input where he will give us the number of students, and he will also give us the number of how many groups he want to make, or how many groups we want to make. So the user will provide us with these two values. Then what we are going to do next is we will divide the number of students by the number of groups, and we will eliminate any decimals in the output. So we will have in the end an integer, okay? So, and also we will make a new variable called remainder, which will help us identify if the output is even or odd value. So that will help us to define if the output is divisible by 2 or not. So here the remainder will equal student modulus group size. And we have said before that the modulus give us what remained from the division operation. And here we should make a conditional statement. The conditional statement here state that if the remainder, which is here, is equal to 0, here this is an equal operator. It's not an assignment operator. Assignment operator is only a single equal. However, a double equal means equation operator or equal operator. If the remainder equal to 0, which means the number is even, we will only print the number of the groups formed. So for example, if the user typed he have 8 students and the desired group size is 4, so what will remain is nothing. The remainder will be 0. So we will only print the number of the groups formed, which is 2. However, if not here, else, if anything other than that, we will add 1 to this number of groups. And so that our calculation here is correct. So this is the end of this part. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you get some benefit from it. Right now, I will do another video for the conditional statement. So please hold on for me in the next video, and I see you in the next. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.